"We're in an open relationship now," my wife announced at a party in front of 20 people. She expected me to stammer, beg her to stop talking, get embarrassed. That's how this was supposed to go in her head. Instead, I took a sip of my beer and said, "As you wish." Her smile flickered. That wasn't the response she expected. I turned to Grace, sitting on the couch to my right, one of my wife's friends. Tall, confident, never bought into my wife's drama. "Grace, you free this Saturday? I'd like to take you to dinner." Grace didn't hesitate. She looked up with this wicked grin. I can do everything better than her. The room exploded. Someone dropped a glass. Bradley muttered, "Oh damn," under his breath. My wife completely froze. That confident smile crumbled into pure shock. What are you doing?" she stuttered. "Accepting your terms," I said simply. "You wanted an open relationship, so we have one. Starting now." We'd been married 7 years. Things had been solid, or so I thought. Then 6 months ago, everything changed. She started carrying her phone everywhere, added a password she'd never used before, took calls outside the room. When I'd bring up future plans, she'd say, "Yeah, we'll see," and change subjects. One afternoon, I saw her outside a cafe, pacing with her phone. I overheard phrases, "It's almost ready," and "starting fresh soon." When she got home, she told me a complete lie about meeting her friend. Then she started asking about organizing our finances. We should have everything in one place. Account info, passwords, documents, just in case of emergency. We'd never discussed this before. It felt rehearsed, too polished. The party announcement was her endgame. She'd been dropping hints for months about how boring monogamy was, constantly mentioning Trevor from her office. She wanted permission to cheat without guilt. "Can we talk outside?" she finally said after Grace left, the second we were alone. I was joking. Didn't sound like a joke. Sounded pretty definitive to me. I just wanted to see how you'd react. You wanted to embarrass me. See if I'd beg or make a scene. Maybe you wanted an excuse for something you'd been planning anyway. I looked at her directly. "The late nights, the way you talk about Trevor constantly. You've been building up to this for months." No denial came. "Here's what's going to happen," I continued. "You wanted an open relationship. Fine, we have one, but that goes both ways." I went out with Grace Saturday night. Easy conversation, no games, no hidden meanings, just straightforward dinner with someone who actually enjoyed my company. When I got home around 10, my wife was waiting. She looked at my face and her expression crumbled. "You actually had a good time." "Yeah, I did." "So, what now? You're just going to keep seeing her?" I went to dinner with someone who didn't spend the whole time making me feel inadequate. Novel concept, right? Monday morning, I called a lawyer, explained everything. The announcement, the Trevor situation, 7 years of walking on eggshells. By that afternoon, I'd filed initial paperwork. When I told her that night, she went pale. "You can't just decide that without talking to me. Kind of like how you can't announce we're in an open relationship without talking to me first." She tried everything. Tears, anger, bargaining. Showed up at my new place weeks later saying she'd changed. "I can be better. I can be the wife you deserve." "Maybe you can, but not for me." What surprised me most was the reaction from friends. Almost everyone reached out privately. "Bradley, we've been waiting for you to wake up for 2 years." "Natalie, she's been talking down to you in front of everyone forever." Even her coworker mentioned Trevor had actually rejected her advances weeks before the party, which explained the timing. She didn't want an open relationship. She wanted validation after being rejected. The divorce moved quickly. No kids, minimal shared assets. 2 months later, it was final. Grace and I stayed friends. Dinner once a month, no complications. I started dating casually, hit the gym, reconnected with old friends, figured out what I actually wanted, someone who respected me without games or tests or public announcements.